All right, hello everybody. It is Coach Stephen Woolery from Woolery Strength Systems, and we are talking about our dynamic effort upper body day for Tuesday, September 16th, 2025. Gonna get right into it here. So today we did our banded pull apart, banded overhead tricep extension, med ball chest pass, kind of our warm up circuit for these 3 weeks, and then we go into our speed bench versus bands with the 3-second eccentric. Actually, really like these today. We moved up a level of bands. Why? Because we wanted to, just for a little bit of variation, just to see what the extra band tension. So we've been at about 80 pounds of band tension, and this might not be super accurate, but it's close to like 100 to 120, somewhere in there. And because like I have an ego, I'm going to say that it was 120. But then we did some Hoff tries. We'll see how those go. We'll have some videos. Those just didn't. Those are killing me right now. But then we did some meadow rows, whatever. Chest supported T-raise and then plate pinch. I ended up doing just a dead hang instead of the plate pinch, just because I thought I would be able to get a little bit more grip work in there that way. So anyway, getting into the actual lift, gonna go full screen here. Going through, I did hit a PR on Meadows rows. I did 77.5 because one of my training partners, he did 75, and he was like, "You're a B word." And then I was like, I just looked at the 2.5, picked it up, and put it on there and did it. We'll see if it was good technique or not. I haven't looked back, but anyway, getting into, we've all seen band pull aparts, or at least most of us have. If not, I apologize. Good exercise, good warm up, and then banded overhead tricep, pretty simple band overhead going over the top. Then med ball chest pass. So I did these. I've been doing these with facing the floor and then throwing straight down. Did these on a wall today. Kind of liked it a little bit better, honestly. So I rocked my hips back and then exploded through. Probably could have got my hips through a little bit better on this. But again, I'm actually just like trying to throw it through the wall the best I can. That's kind of my cue in my head that I'm using. Just throw it through the wall. Worked pretty well. Felt pretty good. Felt powerful. Now going into these sets, I think I recorded 4, 5, 6 of these. And they actually got better as I went on. I don't know if it was like some type of post-activation potentiation kind of thing, or I just got better. Halfway through, I started thinking more triceps, and that seemed to help a lot. But anyway, we're going to get into. I don't know what the audio would be on this, so I'm going to go no audio, and you're just going to hear me talk. So my dramatic setup here, going to get to the unrack. So it was about a 3-second eccentric. That was a little quick, but then we popped 1, 2, 3. That was a little better. Feeling pretty good. These felt good. The band tension at the top was pretty heavy. So give or take at the top, if let's just say the band tension was 60 pounds each side, we're at 120 plus 85. So about 205 at the top, give or take. Most of my reps today were in the 0.75 to 0.8 range. A couple of them dropped a little lower. But not too worried about that, to be honest. I'm just at least trying to stay above 0.6. That's my biggest thing. I know speed strength is generally in that 0.8, if I'm not mistaken, for like normal conjugate, like speed strength 0.8 and above, but 0.8 to 0.9, I believe. We're still just kind of experimenting. I plan on running after these 9 weeks, so I'm going to watch these. I will say my bench technique has looked pretty solid over these 6 weeks now. I don't flare too much, even on like the max effort work and on the dynamic effort work. It seems like I'm starting to have a little bit more pop, and I've been doing really good against the bands, it seems, as well. There's TD there getting down for his set. But as I was saying, after these, so I may be doing a powerlifting meet in December, because why not? Don't know how good I'm going to do because the strength's still not fully there. However, why not, like I said? But if that's the case, I might just do a more Western periodization type of model, because one of the strength coaches is more that way. So we might do something more like that. If not, and I do my own training, I really want to try to do I don't know if I'll do a Circa Max or anything like that, but more of at least the peaking phase that like kind of Westside normally does with the band tensions and things like that. I think it'd be interesting to actually do like that. But pop 1, 2, 3. A little quick on the eccentric, not quite 3 seconds, but very controlled. Not bouncing it off the chest was my main goal here. I don't know if that was a good scream or a bad scream, but I definitely screamed for some reason there. Going through again. My dramatic setup, getting tight. And here we go. These are the ones that I really started thinking about pushing through those elbows on the triceps, or through the triceps, excuse me, versus my chest, which has been like my main driver for a lot of my training. And it seems to have been working very, very well. So it moved up the speeds. I started to hit 0.8s, and then usually it dropped to about a 7.8. But the triceps definitely helped a lot more there. Kept the same grip and everything, just different cue, I guess you would say, if you want to call it a cue, or different intention behind the training. Helped tenfold. So by about 0.05 meter per second, probably. Yeah, pop. Yeah, they're starting to move a lot quicker. I think these were kind of when I started doing that. Yeah, again, not much to see here. It's just the same thing over and over again because they were pretty consistent today. Like I said, nothing really went wrong. What's going to be interesting is these half tries coming up next. And what was really interesting is I felt that my eccentric speed was more correct the further into the training session, and my speeds got better, which was really interesting, I think. And again, I think just the intention pushing with those triceps might have helped out. So we'll watch this first set here. Watch us messing around with it. Let's see. Here we go. This first set was a little funky, I will say. Reason number one, clanking the barbell on the J hooks. But as you can see, these just have been killing my triceps. And I have not, I think I might have completed a full set this time. No, I did not. The JM press just didn't happen, I don't think. I don't remember 100%, but it definitely did not happen in a row. I basically did, for a set, that was supposed to be 8, 8, and 8. So if you don't know, yeah, here I literally have to shake out my arms right here. That one is where my shoulder. But if you don't know, half tries are 8 skull crushers, 8 JM press, and then 8 close grip bench. And I don't think I did I have not done, since the 3 weeks we've started this, a full set at one time. I haven't had it. And I probably could just drop the load. But like I said earlier, I have an ego. So that didn't happen. But again, the JM press didn't happen here. And I just wanted to continue the set without much rest. So I just finished going to the close grip and did what I could. Obviously, dead right here, being dramatic. Like I'm good at being, but I ended up, I think this is the set that I actually did. It was a 2-minute set, I believe. But like I said, the skull crushers go by relatively quickly. And we're going through here. I mean, they're a struggle right there. That's the last one. It looks like I'm about to switch grips right there. And then I'm going to the JM press and it just starts beating me, slowing way down here. I think I go for one more and then I believe I rack it. Yeah, and I rack it. And I basically just did clusters. 10 seconds, shake the arms out, whatever I had to do. And then I got back into it because I was like, I'm not going to not complete this set anymore. I'm tired of doing that. But pretty happy with these, what they've made my triceps feel like. And I definitely feel like I've gained some mass within my triceps, which has been cool. And it might be helping my lockout. It definitely is probably helping my lockout, which has been really awesome. I'm really excited. We have 2 boards this Friday, so that's going to be fun. 2 board, 1 RM. But the craziest thing on this, even when we get to that close grip bench, it's like, this should be really easy. You're just so cooked already from the JM and the skull crusher. That's just like, well, it's moving like this is. Barely getting it locked out. I think I just rest for a second. Little rest pause. Last one. Little humph. So there's just no point to watch this last one. It's just going to be the exact same thing. So we're going to move on. But those half tries, if you never tried them, give them a go. Let me know how they go. They are rough. They are rough. That's all I got for you. Then we went to these Meadows rows. So again, I'll watch this first set with 70. One of the first sets was 70. And then we'll watch the 77.5. So this one's still a new exercise for me. And I'm trying to learn my dumbbell row technique a little bit better and not be so bodybuilding, be more like just move some weight. But these felt pretty good today. Still newer movement for me. Still trying to think about pulling through that elbow. I think that helps me kind of activate my back a little bit better. Again, I know it's not necessarily like training for different things still, of like you don't necessarily have to feel the muscle or whatever you want to say when we're trying to get just strong as hell. But I also want to get huge at the same time, which it kind of all comes together. I mean, I'm 19, like I'm not gonna not grow muscle. But so these are pretty simple, self-explanatory. We'll try these 77.5, and this is where you might I don't remember if it shows it right here, but yeah, he tried. I was like, yo, you're just you're gonna be a B word and not do more weight, and then I just decided to put on 2.5 more pounds just out of spite more than anything. But we'll kind of watch these to see if they should actually count. Doesn't look like I'm really curling it or anything like that, so the back was still doing most of the movement, thankfully. It seems, at least, and it felt like it, so pretty happy. Probably could have got a little bit higher up or further back, however you want to describe it, on that last set or last couple of reps there. But again, trying to still switch up my mindset around the training, I guess. Obviously, after 6 weeks, you're probably like, Steven, what the hell? Just figure it out by now. But yeah, so like right now, we're doing like 3/4. Not the best at the reps, but again, I let the ego get the better of me. But that's okay. Sometimes it's probably good to ego lift just to get a little bit out of it, especially when you've been really reserved of your training. Like I've trained hard for bodybuilding, but it's definitely different. It's just different. Anyway, going into these chest supported T raises, I did 2 sets of 20, which were a little rough. This last set is a little partially or just partial. So the difference between these two videos are not much. They're both 20 pounds, but this one I have the bench clicked up to more of like an incline, moderate incline here. And I'm not going to watch all of these. We'll just kind of skip towards the end here to watch the end. Again, clearly not getting up quite as high as I was. And then this one, I flattened the bench down a little bit, and it looks like I actually showed it, it seems. So I only just went 1 click up, a lower incline, and just to see if they would feel a little bit different. The mechanical advantage definitely was not as good here, and I fatigued way sooner than expected. So we'll see these ones. That was rep 4 right there, and then let's see at the end of the set. I just dropped it like I was dead. I mean, I'm not even getting close to parallel to the ground. So definitely changed it up a little bit, and I kind of liked it. So it was fun. And then I did drop down to 15s just so I could get more reps. And I did get 50, well, kind of 15 for everything. And then we did this dead hang to finish the day out right here. I counted, let's see, it was about 1:08. We'll see, we'll kind of start where it took me a while to start. The dead hang apparently was not very long. Half of it was me apparently getting ready. Say 28 was the start. I'm not going to make us watch the whole dead hang. Wait, that was kind of interesting. It looked like I kind of decompressed. Okay, I think I was seeing stuff actually. 28. So we've got 20 seconds, 30 seconds, 35 seconds. That was pretty rough. That's kind of embarrassing actually. But that's okay. We're going to get better at hanging. Eventually, just better grip strength. I think we have rack pulls potentially next Monday for max effort lower, so that'll be interesting. You might have to wrap on some straps to actually grip some weight. But anyway, today difficulty 4, only because the Hoff tries. Only because the Hoff tries. Apart from that, day was pretty easy for the most part. Duration about 70 minutes or so. Felt pretty cooked by the end. Just the triceps, man. I just telling you. But moving on, we had the fatigue, about a 2, felt pretty good. I've been on 2 low carb days now in a row, so I'm pretty depleted. I have 1 more low carb day tomorrow, Thursday, high carb. I have dynamic effort lower, and then max effort upper on Friday, so hopefully those carbs will fuel for a couple good workouts. And then Saturday, another low carb, and Sunday, I get a free day. And then we're back to isocaloric, and then a couple just rotating between high and lower. But anyway, besides that, not that you all care about all that nutrition that I just talked about. But anyway, that has been the Dynamic Effort Upper Body Day for the 16th of September, 2025. Thank you for watching. If you have any questions about the training or any questions about training in general, please leave them down below. I'll answer them to the best of my ability. And once again, thank you for watching. Have a good one.